These are some stories from the Bible. It starts with Genesis, which means beginning or creation. The first two stories tell of how God made everything. In other parts of the Bible, there are other stories of the creation. Some people say all are different ways of describing the same thing. Here, we are just going to tell the first two stories, which is how the Bible begins. According to the first chapter of the book of Genesis, God made heaven and earth and all living things in 6 days. On the first day, he said, "Let there be light." God separated darkness from light and made days and nights. On the second day, God divided the heavens from the earth, the waters above from the waters below. On the third day, he divided the oceans from the land and created plants on the land. The sun, moon, and stars were created on the fourth day. On the fifth day, God made the creatures in the oceans. And on the sixth day, he made animals. He finished his work by making mankind in his own image. Male and female, he created them. On the seventh day, he rested. So the seventh day was blessed. In the second chapter of Genesis, the story of creation is repeated, but it's a little different. It's more personal. It's about people who have names, Adam and Eve, although they are not called that at first. Even God has a name in this story. He is called Yahweh. God made earth, but it was just dirt. There were no plants or trees. After making a barren earth, God made man from the dust of the earth, from clay. And then he planted a garden in Eden. He put man there to till and care for it. Man didn't have a name yet. The garden was filled with every kind of tree, with all delicious fruits to feed the man. In the middle of the garden, God planted the tree of knowledge of good and evil and the tree of life. He told the man that he could eat from any tree except the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And if he ate from that tree, he would die. Then God decided that it was not good for the man to be alone, so he made all the animals, told the man to name them and to find a partner for himself. But none was suitable to be the man's partner. So God put the man to sleep, took a rib from him, and made a woman. The man, who got to name everything, called the newest creation woman, because she came from man. The man and the woman ran happily naked through the garden for some unspecified amount of time. But one day a serpent, who was the craftiest of any of the wild creatures, and must have been able to speak the same language as humans back then, told the woman that God was lying about the tree of knowledge of good and evil. It would not kill her to eat the fruit, the serpent said. He said that God did not want her and the man to eat from that tree because it would give them knowledge, which would make them more like God. So the woman tried the fruit, and when it didn't kill her, she gave some to the man. A lot of people refer to the fruit in the garden as an apple, but the Bible doesn't really say what it was. As soon as the man and woman ate the fruit, they realized they were naked. The story does not tell us what else they learned by eating from the tree of knowledge, but the man and woman became embarrassed about being naked and made loincloths out of fig leaves. That evening, God came to visit the man and the woman, but they hid from him. So God called them, and the man answered, saying that he was hiding from God because he was naked. God said, "Who told you that you were naked? Did you eat that fruit that I told you not to eat?" "That woman you gave me to be my partner gave it to me, so I ate it," said the man. "Did you eat the forbidden fruit and give it to the man?" God asked the woman. "The serpent made me do it. He tricked me," said the woman. God was very angry about this, so he cursed the man, the woman, and the serpent. He told the serpent that he was going to have to crawl on his belly from now on. No legs for him. The serpent would eat dust and forever be the enemy of the woman. The serpent would try to bite her heel, and she would try to bonk him on the head. He told the woman that she would bear children and do so with groaning and pain. He told the man that he was going to put weeds all around the good plants and make the man's work hard to get food, and that one day the man would return to being dust. Then God made clothes from the skins of animals for the man and the woman, and he kicked them out of the beautiful garden so they could not eat from the tree of life and live forever. He sent an angel with a sword to guard the tree of life. God called the man Adam, and Adam called the woman Eve. Adam and Eve had 3 sons who are named in Genesis: Cain, Abel, and Seth. Adam was 130 years old when Seth was born, so Eve would have been the same age. Adam and Eve had other sons and daughters who were not named or numbered, but since Adam lived for 930 years, his offspring were surely numerous. The story of their descendants is the whole rest of the Bible and all that follows. We hope you have enjoyed this simple story from the Bible. This version was written by Barbara McClay and read and produced by Robert McClay. If you'd like to hear more Bible stories, or like stories that just teach other lessons, please like, subscribe, and look for other stories in the Books for Brilliant Bairns series. Thank you.